I'll be using the same document. Okay. And guys, please keep doing practices of networking. And again, it will be coming in future. Whenever we are going to use, again the deployment, and if you need to learn the, you know, VPN, how the VPN works, what all are the additional networking component that we do have into AWS, those all will be coming up once we will be starting again the advanced networking. That time everything will be coming. Okay, so please get ready to do the practices parallelly. How much you are learning, parallelly do the practice as well. So here we go, guys. So today agenda is to understand the security. What exactly the security is. Our today agenda to understand the security. So let's talk about the general security term. Security means, what is the meaning of security? Security meaning is protecting something. Protecting something. It can be anything. Protecting or protection, you can say protection. Protection is nothing but security. So when we say, there are two terms which are really, very famous in security. The first term is risk. There are two terms which are very famous in security. First one is risk, and second one is mitigation. 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 These two terms are really famous. Risk means the problem related to the security. Mitigation means solution. See, if you will understand the terms easily, you will be able to understand the entire security concept. So first of all, we'll try to understand what exactly the security. So security is all about protecting something. Protecting something, later on we will add something at the place of something. So security is something called protection. Now, those two terms which are very famous in security is risk and mitigation. Risk means the problems, and mitigation means the solution, whatever we do have. And when it comes to the security, guys, let's talk about the agenda, what we are going to learn into the security today. So first of all, we'll understand what exactly the security is. What is security? What is cyber security? What is cyber security? And other security also we will be seeing up here. Parallelly, we will be discussing about different types of security threats. This threats comes under the risk again, and some of the additional components that will again comprise a security strategy. And then we will be talking about the security control. And at the end of it, we will discuss about the security life cycle. So we will start from security life cycle itself. Security life cycle only we will start the entire curriculum of security. Right? So these all are the agenda under the security. First, what is security? Second, security threats. And what all are the components that compromise the security strategy? How you are going to do the security control? What type of controls that you can have? And we will be seeing up the some phases or stages under the security life cycle. This will be our today agenda. So when we talk about, guys, security, so we might have some question in our mind saying, if we are not using internet for some days, if you are not using internet for some days, how your life will be? That you have to think upon. Harshvardhan, I'll mark it. So the question here is, if you are not using internet for some upcoming days, what changes you will be facing in your life? You will be so much far from the trends, from the the current generation as it is moving on. Either you can say from each and everything. Let's say from meeting, people are meeting online now, people are talking online on phone, people are chatting by using internet, people are doing the work by using internet, people are paying the if you are purchasing something, you are paying by using internet. If you are getting bored, you are watching something for entertainment on internet. So everything now it is coming almost on internet, almost on internet. If you will not use internet for some days, honestly, health wise, mentally, you will be well, you will become well. But the life, living life, you will get away from living life, because these all are the things that help us to live the life. Now these all are the solutions, but the problem comes from mostly internet only. Internet is good, internet is good, but it is bad as well. It is bad as well. Why bad? Just because of the security. And the second question it is asking, what would be the impact if your personal information were stolen? If if you will be having some personal information, if that information will be stolen by somebody, then it will be a very big problem for you. I'll share a few story related to this, guys. I was running one company in Chennai in 2019, before the COVID. So we were working into software development plus training. The company was working into both segments, software development and training. And mostly I kept in the company. Every employee were known to me, either from the college or some of them were from relatives. So one of my friend who was working with me, and I told him, because that time I was having one laptop, and that laptop was not that much good. So my friend was having a better laptop. He was working in my company. I We both have started the company. In the middle of it, he purchased a laptop. It was very good, so we kept all the data to that laptop, and we were running the company. So after 1 year, he went back to his home, and then he left the job, honestly. So once he left the job, after 1 or 2 months, somebody has hacked everything, everything. Someone has hacked everything. Now the website of the company, the Gmail, the mails, the entire databases, all the pages, either it can be LinkedIn page, it can be Facebook page. On the Facebook page, we were having somewhat around more than 1.5 lakh people connected on the Facebook page, and all the pages, everything has been lost. Next morning when I got up, I started to log in everywhere. Those Facebook pages were coming into Chinese language, Chinese language. And initially it was coming in Chinese language, and after that, those Facebook page I was not able to log in. I was not able to log in, my personal account. Everything has been stolen. So after after searching a lot, uh, uh, I came to know he was the person who did all these things, just because he was having almost major info of the company with him. So he tried and he got it. And now after that, because of that reason, that was one reason, plus second reason was COVID. Just because of these two reason, I have closed that company, and again I came into the training and job. So for some people, The stealing the information is something, very normal job, but for some people it will impact, the entire life as well. So it is all about the data. It is all about the data. What sensitive and important data you are having. And that time I was not aware much about the security, but once we are growing in terms of business, parallelly we have to grow our security also. If you are growing in business, grow your security also. Neither, if you are growing your business at any point of time, the people are waiting there to, you know stop you somewhere. So coming back to the point, guys, it will be very difficult. Either there are some response or some actions that you can take once somebody will steal your data or something will happen to your resources, that we will be discussing in future again. And these things are this kind of problem only we are calling it as a risk. And the third question is saying, what are some ways that you can think of to prevent any of this from happening? What all are the ways? What all are the ways you are using to protect it, that you can call it mitigation or solution, mitigation, or you can say prevention. You can call it prevention or mitigation. So basically, these kind of questions generally comes whenever we are learning about the security. Now, this particular definition of security will clear your entire, doubts and everything. So if I say what is security? So security is the practice of protecting a valuable assets. Valuable assets. See, there are two things. The security is the practice for protecting. It is a practice for protecting valuable assets. Valuable assets. Not all the assets, guys. Only the valuable assets. Right? So security is the practice to protect the valuable asset. This is the definition of security. Once again, we'll repeat, security is the practice of protecting the valuable assets. Whatever the valuable assets you do have of your company, that you can protect by using security. Now, what that assets can be? That assets can be either physical or digital. Physical assets means that includes people also. People comes under the assets. The employee of company also comes under the assets, because company gives the salary to them. And then buildings, computers, softwares, applications, and data, both. Either it can be physical assets or digital assets. These assets you have to protect. Security is all about protecting people, buildings, computer, software, application, and data. Or in short, you can say the security is the practice of protecting valuable assets, and that assets are people, building, computer, software, application, and data. Now, from what you are going to protect? You are going to protect it by unauthorized access. If a person is not authorized, means if there is a person who is not authorized to access, who is not authorized means the person is not having permission to access something, but still he is trying to access, it means that it is unauthorized access. The simple meaning is See, when we are talking about security, that is fine. Security is all about protecting the physical stuff. When it comes to the cyber security, it is all about protecting your computer, means computer related resources. It can be your network, it can be your devices, it can be your system or digital information from unauthorized access. Malicious modification, if somebody will send some small piece of software which will modify the data of your computer, or if you can protect from thefting the data, or distractions, or disruption of intended use. So overall, these all are the problems. You will be protecting your network device system and digital information from these things. So it once again we conclude it. What is security? Security is the practice of protecting valuable assets. Now your assets can be anything. It can be your physical assets, it can be your digital assets. Physical assets means people, building, computer, and digital assets means it can be your software, application, and data. And when it comes to, uh, uh, in cybersecurity, when cybersecurity is concerned, that time you can call protecting networks, protecting devices, protecting system and digital information from unauthorized access, malicious modification, disruptions, or distractions. That is cybersecurity. Moving further, we will be talking about the goal of cybersecurity. Basically, whenever we are talking about cybersecurity or security, we can call it as well. Both term you can use either cybersecurity or security. Specifically in information technology or in computer science, we are using cybersecurity only. So cybersecurity is all about protecting your network, protecting your devices, systems, and digital information. Moving further, what is the primary goal of cybersecurity? So primary goal is to ensure, you will ensure now whether the data is confidential, and if you are sharing the data with someone, so the data should be shared confidential. Data should not get modified in the middle. You should maintain the integrity and availability of the digital information. When a person wants to access, if a user who owns the data, and if that user wants to access the data, it should be available. So this is the primary goal of security. So we will summarize once again what is security. Anybody, guys? Anybody can give me the definition? Guys, anyone?
So security is something that saves the things.
Security is the practice of protecting assets,
Valuable
right? Valuable assets.
assets. Yeah.
Valuable assets. That is first thing. And second thing, by using security, we can protect physical plus digital digital assets both. And when it comes to the digital assets, your cyber security will come into the middle. Cyber security. Once cyber security is coming, so we can call it is the practice to protect your network, protect your application, protect your software, protecting your data from malicious activity, from unauthorized access, from disruptions. From there we are protecting, and we are ensuring that the confidentiality, integrity, and availability should be ensured. So the information needs to be protected to ensure its confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This we used to call CIA triad. CIA triad. In security, we used to call CIA triad, as it is in triangle. You can say it is a security triad. And this is only the goal. This is only the goal of security as well. This you can say this is the goal of security. Now your goal is to maintain confidentiality, your goal is to maintain integrity, your goal is to maintain availability. Now what these things are, we will verify one by one. When we talk about confidentiality, so it's all about, you can say whether your data is protected to prevent unauthorized access or not. You can say your data, if it is protected, if your data is protected To prevent unauthorized access, it means that you are maintaining the confidentiality. It means that if you are sending a data from here, from computer A to computer B, you are sending some data. Now this data is coming to the B. Now either this data can be known by this A, or it can be accessed by B. In middle, if somebody is trying to see, they cannot access the data. Confidentiality. And if you see some of files in government offices, some of files either in defense specifically, if the defense personnel, they are bringing up the files. On the file it will be maintained as a confidential means it will be protected, means unwantedly unauthorized people cannot access that file. Like the same, we need to maintain the confidentiality. It means that we have to protect our data to prevent unauthorized access. Prevent means you will save your data from, you will make your data safe, keeping your data safe from unauthorized access. Integrity means, again you can say, it is the measurement to ensure the data is not been tampered, the data is authentic and correct. Let's say when we are sending some data from A to B, whatever the actual data I'm sending from A, the same data should be received at B end. Nobody should be able to alter or modify in the middle. If somebody is doing that, we used to call man in the middle. If somebody is doing this, so that time we can say integrity is not maintained. Even integrity we are saying, let's say we are using integrity in our local way also. We say something to our friend, like this is our friend, like I am telling something about someone. Now you will say, do not say these things to anybody, but this person will go back and speak about whatever you said to about this person. Now this person will go and he will say everything to him. It means that you are not maintaining the integrity. Integrity means whatever the data you are sharing, it should go there, and it should be confidential as well. He should not share to others. It should not get modified. If you watch the Big Boss now, in Big Boss what is happening, like there are 2 3 person. Let's say he said he said this is person 1, person 2, person 3. He said something related to A to the second person. Now the second person will say something else after adding plus to this third person. Now the third person will go back and fight with the first person. And this is what the Big Boss, right? It means that there is no integrity there. There is no confidentiality. Next is availability. When we say availability, it means that the authorized user, the user who are having the permission, at least they should be able to access the data when they need it. It means that availability we are able to maintain. And these all are the nothing but these all are your what do we say? This is only the goal of your security. So what do we understand from the goal? Means the data should be confidential, the integrity of the data should be maintained, and data should be available when the authorized user is going to use. This is known as, this we are writing like this, CIA Triad. This is nothing but this is the goal of security. In every step of deployment, or every step of architecting, or every state of your operation, you will verify the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of your data. So guys, These all are the basic security terms that we need to understand. Later on, I'll give you the collective information about the risk. So now, first thing which are coming here is attacker. Attacker can be a person or entity with malicious intent. Their intent will be malicious, and that will compromise a system. Hacker or attacker, we used to say. Hacker or attacker, a person or entity with malicious intent. Their intention will be to compromise your system. Their intention will be to, give you some risk. And vulnerability is the second term. Vulnerability means weaknesses. Vulnerability means weaknesses that one attacker can try to exploit it. Vulnerability is weaknesses, and attackers generally they are searching that vulnerabilities only. Let's say if you have created or designed some of application, so if there will be some loopholes in your applications, or if there will be some backdoor in your application, or if there will be any vulnerabilities in your application, so hacker or attacker they can easily try to compromise your application. So vulnerability means weaknesses, attacker means a person or entity with the malicious intent who will compromise a system. Now the third one is coming as a threat. Threat is basically, it is an event, guys. Threat is an event that will have the potential, it will be having potential to negatively impact on a system. Means threat means anything. It can be virus, it can be malware, it can be, man in the middle, it can be SQL injection, it can be anything. Threat is threat. Threat is only a kind of event which will be having potential to negatively impact on your system, on your data, on your resource. And breach we used to call it is an attack that compromises a system. Security breach means, let's say, if something has been compromised, either it can be your application or data, then you can call it the security has been breached out. Security has been breached out. Now control is a mechanism, or again you can say control is one strategy. It is one strategy. By using this strategy, we will try to eliminate the vulnerability, and we will try to protect our valuable assets. So I guess these basic security terms are clear to everybody. Is it clear,
Sir,
guys?
sir, are this breach and the control are both same?
No, both are opposite. breach
Okay.
means let's say security break. Let's say somebody is here, attacker. If he will try to hack something from this resource place, if he will hack something, then you can say security has been breached out. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And control is all about protecting. Control means how you are going to protect it. So there will
Yes.
be multiple let's say if risk is coming, so we are calling it as a risk analysis. There is a term called risk analysis. Risk means the threat. If some threat is coming, it means that it is collectively we can call it is a risk. So now if risk is coming, then you have to do analysis of the risk, or there are some additional method that you can perform. So when it comes to risk analysis, guys, let's say some risk came. Risk, or sometime you can also call it threat. If some risk or threat is coming, then what you can do, you can take some actions on that risk. Now what you can do, so there are 4 risk actions that we can perform. Either we can avoid the risk, or we can transfer the risk, or we can mitigate the risk, or we can accept the risk. So there are 4 actions that we can take if some risks are coming. Some risk are coming, that time you can take these type of action. So let's try to discuss one by one. Let's say first is risk avoidance. Means when the risk is coming, you will avoid the risk. What you will do is you begin moving services from the older server to a new server, to other server, and remove the load to avoid the risk of any services being affected by its demise. Means avoiding the risk means, let's say if somebody is compromising, somebody is trying to hack your one network. When I said if we are dividing a network and we are keeping two subnet here, subnet 1, subnet 2, so if somebody is trying to compromise this subnet, so you can start moving your resources into subnet 2 or in other subnet as well. Or like the same, if you do have two server, let's say this is your server which has been compromised. C server means compromised server. Now what you can do is you can take your valuable assets and data and you can deploy into another server. So it means that you are avoiding the risk. Risk came, you have avoided, you started to going ahead with the new server. And second one is risk transference. Let's say if some kind of risk is coming, this is your organization, and in this organization some risk is coming, right? Some risks are coming. This is a risk, right? If this risk is coming on your organization, now what will you do? You are working into software development. You are working into software development. You are not into security. But there are some software, there are some security agencies, there are some software security agencies are there. There are some cyber security experts are there. They used to charge for it. So what you can do is if any kind of threat is coming or risk is coming, you can easily transfer to other company who are very good into the security, who are experts, who are having good experts in the company, so they can try to solve this problem. So this comes under risk transference. Risk mitigation is all about if some kind of risk is coming, to your organization or resource, you will try to face the risk, you will try to see the risk, you will try to check it, you will try to resolve it, you will try to resolve the risk, you will try to remove the virus, you will try to remove the malware, and you will protect your assets. So that is something called mitigation. Mitigation means solving the problem. If the risk is coming, if you are solving it, if you are doing some you are using some tool to remove it, so you can say it is the risk mitigation. And at the last, nothing is risk acceptance. And you know that let's suppose there is one example, the server could fail, but hope that it doesn't. You neither write nor submit report because you don't want to rock the boat and make your boss unhappy with you. Or you can say risk acceptance is if any threat will come to your organization or resource, so you are keep working there, you are just accepting that risk. Okay, let somebody has tried, but what they will get, it's okay, we will try to somewhere we will try to accept it and we will continue with our work. So in each case, In each action there is a simple strategy that we can follow. So if I'll just tell you the point here, whatever we have learned so far, so if I'll keep risk in the middle, if I'll keep risk in the middle, so if risk is coming, the first forward thing is you can mitigate the risk. And second backward thing, you can accept the risk. And the third ever point, I can say you can avoid the risk. And what was the fourth one, guys? Any guess? Risk acceptance, risk avoidance, risk mitigation. And what was the last?
Risk transfer.
Risk transfer. Very good. Risk transfer. Right? I hope this is clear to everybody. These four risk analysis strategy.
Yes.
So now it's up to you whether what you are going to do. It's again the level of security, how much it has been compromised. That is a part of doing analysis that we will be discussing further. So let's try to talk about something related to statistics of statistics statistics of security threat in numbers. So as you can see, reports of breaches in government, financial, healthcare, or internet commerce areas are commonplace in the news that they are getting compromised. The types in number of threat continues to rise. 13,256 data breach incident recorded in North America in 2020. There is a star, means continue. After that, from there it is continue. So in only North America, 13,256 data breach incident has been recorded within a year, means 2020 only. So you can think of how much important security is. And the source of this detail is Verizon, from where the data breach investigation report has been taken. Now, why is security important? Because security breaches have several consequences, guys, and it is very costly as well. Basically, by using the security breach, somebody is identifying, somebody is thefting the identification, thefting the data, loss of online services and resource, damage business reputation, loss of customers. And you can see 38% of data breach cost is from lost business in 2020. Means let's say if a company is earning 100 rupees, out of 100 rupees, 38% of the data breach cost of the business is coming. So 38 rupees the businesses are losing uh, as per the report. It's very big in number, and it is costly as well. Even it does take so many number of days to identify who has hacked, and to resolve the breach also. So again, your business will go into downtime, and during that time you will not get the benefit, you will not get the profit of doing business. Parallelly, your resources will not be in your hand. The longer it will take to resolve the security issues or breach, it will be more costlier. The cost of remediation, a breach continue to arise. Now you know the cost of remediation. Remediation means again resolving the problem or mitigating the problem. So the cost of it is increasing. So as you can see, $4.24 million is the global average total cost of a data breach in 2020, right? And there was one in 2023, I guess. Some people, some hacker, they have hacked the Delhi AIMS website. They have hacked the AIMS website, and they were asking ransom. They were asking ransom in Bitcoin, but government did not pay the ransom. Government has tried to recover it, and they have recovered it. And regularly the companies are facing this problem, guys. As you can see, there is one more example. In December 2020 itself, US government suffered with its worst data breach to date. Till today, that was the longest duration, means duration of more than 8 months. The attacker had the access of highly sensitive data for more than 8 months. It means attacker could do anything, during that 8 month of period. Attacker exploited vulnerabilities in software. Attackers will give some, they will send, they will attach, they will give some of vulnerability in the software. Why do we say, like, if we are downloading something from the internet, so we should download from the trusted website, or who has developed the software. Let's say if I tell you to download the Jamp, so you try to download the Jamp or from the who has developed the Jamp. From that company you have to download any software. Neither, if you will use the third place, so you will download Jamp. Along with the Jamp, some other vulnerable malicious uh, software will be downloaded in your system, and it will also install with the Jamp, and again you will lose the control on your resource. And the attack affects other international organizations, including UK government and European Parliament also. The attack was widely considered to be the most costly cyber attack to date at the time. So you can see these all are the example of so many cyber security threat incidents. Now guys, we'll try to understand types of threat. Types of threat means what kind of problems, what kind of risk, what type of risk, or what type of threat is possible to come in our computer, which will affect our resource, our systems security goal. So there are so many: malware, ransomware, denial of service, and then we do have man in the middle, phishing, social engineering, and then uh, we are coming into the strategy. All right. So there are 6 that has been given here, but once you will be going in detail, you will be learning so many things about these threats. Now, what is threat? Threat is nothing but it is the event. Threat is an event. It is an event which has potential to damage a system. So the threat, you can consider it is a kind of event which has potential to damage your system. It can damage your system, guys, computer system. Now when we talk about one of the type of the threat is malware. So malware, basically it is a malicious software. Malicious software, the people, the hacker or attacker, knowingly they are creating it, they are designing it, knowingly they are creating and designing it, the malicious software. They are designing to disrupt the operation of a computer system, and they will gain unauthorized access to it, or they will collect the sensitive information by giving you this malicious software. And these software will not only affect your confidentiality, it will affect integrity and availability, all things it will affect. This type of malware will affect everything: confidentiality, integrity and availability. For example, we do have virus, we do have spyware, we do have worm, we do have remote access trojan, rat. And if you need to know about these malware in detail, so I'll just give you a little bit more idea about these details by using another document. So here we are talking about threats, attacks and vulnerability. It's all about 277. So again, this is what 277, it is not bringing me on that page. Okay, here we need to keep 277. Eh? So this is the chapter we are talking about, guys. This was seventh chapter or eighth chapter? Ninth chapter. Sorry. This is ninth chapter. So here we'll try to understand, guys. Here we'll try to understand the entire concept of threat and attacks and vulnerabilities. Are you able to see this document which I am trying to show you now?
Yes, sir.
So if why I'm
Yes,
bringing
sir.
this document, guys, see the basic info related to the security that has been given to this portal of AWS, right? But the additional detail, if we need to understand anything from deep, we need to go ahead with this standard book. This is a book basically, and it is of a Cybex book of Security Plus, Campassia Security Plus. So here we are trying to understand the threats, attacks and vulnerability, and after that we'll go back again into the security introduction part and we will understand the strategy. So here, as you can see, when we talk about the attacks are threat, we have so many. We do have viruses, we do have crypto malware, ransomware, worm, trojan, rootkit, keylogger, adware, spyware, bots, rat, logic bunk, backdoor. So many we do have, guys, here. And these all, you know, These all are the types of threat only, and this comes under the risk only. These all are the risky stuff. Now, when we start understanding the threat and attack terminology, so when we can say threat I have told you it is an event that will have the potential to damage your system. Now we will try to understand from here. Living in a world of viruses, the first type of threat we are considering virus. So virus is also a piece of software, guys. It is designed to infect a computer system. So what happens generally if the virus will come into your system? First of all, we need to understand what is virus. So virus is a piece of software that will infect your computer system. Now it will reside in your computer system, and slowly it will start spreading very fast. And you can think coronavirus, it was also spreading, but these viruses will spread faster than the COVID also. Seriously. And how these viruses are coming? Let's say by using DVD, USB, or the USB drive, or other way, like through email, through social networking sites, or as the part of another program. So these all are the basic sources from where the viruses are coming. And they will not only damage the data. Viruses are not going to damage the data. They will, they will, they will they will they will destroy your operating system also, and they will spread into other system. So in short, I'll tell you, so the virus is a type of threat. We can say virus is also a piece of software which is designed to infect a computer system. If in some circumstances, if virus will enter in your computer, so it may damage your data. Along with that, it may damage your operating system, and possibly it will start spreading in other possible systems also. And these all are coming by this particular source, by using DVD drive, USB drive, or other media, or you can say by using email or networking, social networking sites, or it can be the part of any program or software. These all are the source. And when it comes to the symptom of a virus, if your system will get infected by a virus, then what will happen? Your system will start running very slow, and it will start, unwanted things will start coming on your screen. It can also destroy your hard disk, so you cannot open the drive. And after once these things will occur, then you will feel like you are the victim. You are the victim. And you cannot even turn on the computer if it will affect on your operating system. Okay, so this is the symptoms of virus. Unusual files will appear on your hard drive. Program size will change immediately. The installed version will get changed. Your browser and word processing application or other software will begin to, exhibit unusual operating characters, like screen or menus may change. Some mysterious search will start, it will get shut down. You will lose the access of some data. Your PC will start rebooting unwantedly automatically. Now we'll see how viruses works, how the virus works. So in most of the cases, guys, the viruses will try to do one or two things. As you can see, render your system inoperable or speed to the other system. Either the first target of virus is to enter your system, enter in your system, in making your system inoperable. You cannot operate the system. That is the first thing. And the second thing, it will spread to other system into the network. other system into the network. That is the two initial the viruses generally they are trying. If your system is getting infected, virus may try to attach itself to every file in your file system and it will start spreading. Now when we say how it does work, so let's see, these all are the steps. Now virus is spreading from an infected system using the network or removable disk, or you can say pen drive and all. Or some attackers are doing this. Many viruses will also are getting spread through the email. So these all are 4 steps. In the step number 1, attacker will implant a logic bomb. Logic bomb. That is the name of the program basically. A virus name. A virus basically it is coming here as a logic bomb. So attacker will plant a logic bomb. This is the attacker computer. This attacker will plan a logic bomb here into this computer as the road shows towards this, and the victim reports installation. Now victim, what the victim will think, this is a software, let's install. Once the victim will start installing the software, then attacker, after installing, once this will install, automatically what will happen in the second, victim will report means victim will report to the hacker or attacker. Automatically a report will come that the victim is doing installation. Now attacker will send a attack message like your system has been compromised. Now victim will start crying like, this is my system is not working, this that and all will start happening. This is one small process basically. Through the email, how it does is spread. So let's say here, if it is the virus, first of all it will go into this and it will spread to this area, this zone, and then this zone, and then this zone, and then this zone. It will affect very fast, guys. All right, let's see the types of viruses. See, when we talk about types of viruses, it means that it means that we are talking about the form of viruses. How many number of type of forms means, what all are the forms means, let's say if a virus is, so what is the form of the virus, what type of a file extension it does carry. So it's all about the form. Types of viruses are form of the viruses. So what all are the types of viruses we do have? So first virus is armored virus. First virus is armored virus. So guys, I'm not going to read each and everything because this document is quite bigger, but you can easily understand the way I am annotating and explaining it to you. The first type of virus is armored virus. And this virus is designed to make itself difficult to detect or analyze. You know, this virus basically will be having extra layer of protection. If it is a virus, so this virus will have extra layer of protection. And if you will try to debug, because they do have extra layer of protection by using some protective code, this layer we can call it as a protective code. By this code only, this virus is getting protected. So if you will start debugging, or if you will start deassembling, then this code, this protective code will protect the virus. That type of virus we used to call armored virus. And then the second one is companion virus. When we talk about companion virus, guys, let's say This virus, companion virus by the name companion, it will not run alone, it will run with some legitimate program, means some original program. Some original, legitimate means the original program. If you are running some original program, it will run with the original program with a different file name extension, and the file may reside in your temporary directory and later on it will affect, right? So that is companion virus, basically the virus which comes with the legitimate program. And the third one is macro virus. Macro virus, you know, the name macro means it is basically made of uh, made for Microsoft application. What all are the Microsoft system applications generally we are using? So it is made to compromise that. It can be Microsoft Word, it can be Excel, and it does support also a many basic programming language that will manipulate your file automatically. And these programs in the document are called macros. So macros is specifically for Microsoft documentation or Microsoft Excels. And then multipartite virus we do have fourth one. A multipartite virus attacks your system in multiple ways. It may attempt to infect your boot sector. This is what we use say when I say the operating system can also compromise. So that which virus is doing multipartite virus? Multipartite virus is helping you to infect your boot sector. In fact, all of your executable file, it will destroy your application file, it will destroy your operating system. And the fifth one is your fake virus. Fake virus is the fifth one. This virus will modify and alter other programs and databases. The virus infect all of these files. The only way to remove this virus is to reinstall the program that are infected. You cannot do anything with this. It means that here you have to avoid the risk or you can accept the risk. This is what you can do under the fake virus. Next one is polymorphic virus. Polymorphic virus or malware, it is designed to change their order to avoid detection. So you know it will be having some masses. Let's say if your system, if you are having antivirus, if your antivirus is scanning to detect it, then unwantedly it will display a message on your computer. The file has been deleted from your system, but the file will still there. That is the polymorphic. Retrovirus attack or bypass the antivirus software. It retrovirus is the seventh type of virus, guys. In this retrovirus we used to call it antivirus also. Antivirus also we used to call. Now what is the meaning of antivirus? Means it is created to bypass the antivirus software which are installed in the computer. Mostly this used to be very new. Retrovirus used to be very new. That's why easily we can bypass the antivirus. The last one is stealth virus. So this will avoid the detection by masking itself from applications. It may attach itself to the boot sector of hard drive. When a system utility or program runs, the stealth virus redirect commands around itself in order to avoid detection. An infected file may report a file size different from the what is the actual present in order to avoid detection. Let's say if you are scanning file A, you know it will jump like let's say this is a box, this is a folder, let's say folder 1, folder 2. If your virus is here, if you are scanning this folder, it will jump into here. Once you will scan this folder, virus is here. Now if you scan this folder, it will jump to this folder. So there are, guys, so many type of viruses we do have. All right, so what we will do is we will after the viruses we will continue into the spyware, worm, ransomware, denial of service, all the security related threats we will be discussing, right? So guys, let's have one small break. After the break we will continue again into the same security part.
Sure.
Yes, Charan, we have seen, the types of virus. I'll share this book to you all. I'll share this book to you all so that you all can also, have the idea about, types of virus and other stuff. Perfect. So let's there are somewhat more things that has been given here, guys. If you will try to learn one by one, even you can learn so many things. But I'll try to add few more points after the virus here from the same documents. So it is just talking about, the malware and crypto malware now. So I'll just bring your focus towards this malware and crypto malware, and after that I'll give you some examples related to it, and then we will be entering into the cyber security. See, we are talking about security, guys. Please remember, we are talking about security. We are not talking about hacking and all. We are not talking about hacking. We are just talking about security. How can we protect? We are our intention is to protect, right? We are just talking to protect. We are not talking to hack something. We are not talking to breaching. How do we do security breach and all. Our intention is very clear. We are just talking about security. So we will be just discussing about how maximum ways are there to protect it, right? So one is done, virus is done. The second one is malware. Basically, again, it is a kind of software which will harm intentionally it will harm, guys. It is harming intentionally, somewhat it is saying unintentionally also, but let's say it's all about your vulnerability. If you are designing something, if it is not very good, if it is having some loophole, or if it is having some backdoor where the threats can easily enter and it can compromise, so that time we can call it unintentionally, where you have written poorly written code. So this malware basically refer to a software that will harm intentionally or unintentionally, and it will incorporates cryptography. Then it can be referred as a crypto malware, which is simply a subset of malware. Basically, when it comes to crypto and crypto malware and all, so when we say crypto, guys, crypto, it means that hiding. Generally in cryptography, what do we do? Let's say if we do have a file or images or any folder, so you can hide you can hide some images behind any folder, or you can hide a folder behind any image, like that kind of crypto we are doing. So in the malware also, if you will incorporate the crypto, that will be referred as a crypto malware, and it will be really difficult to detect, and it will be having a very much potential to exploit the database or your data from your system. And once the malware is doing such kind of things, then the hacker and attacker is creating some of again few softwares, and they will take the access of any set of resource. And once they will get the access of resource, it means that the authorized user cannot access. First of all, when we say CIA Triad, so if somebody is asking ransomware, means somebody has hacked something and asking ransomware. It means that your confidentiality has been breached out. Again, your availability has been breached out. Till the time you will not pay the ransomware, this availability means you cannot access your resource back. So that kind of softwares which are designed to harm your system, and the hacker and attackers are asking a ransom behind it, that we used to call ransomware. And the next type of threat is worm. Next type of threat is worm. So a worm can do various roguish things once it is on a system, but the primary purpose of it to replicate. It functions as a standalone piece of software, in that it can spread without intervention by another program or human. So here we are not doing anything into the computer, and it is not even you know uh, uh, we are not even creating a way to spread. What it will do, it will replicate itself, it will spread by program to program. So again it will infect your system, right? And then we do have a Trojan also. A Trojan or Trojan horse is a program that enters a system or network under the guise of another program. Just guise means on behalf of another program, you can say. A Trojan horse may be included as an attachment or as a part of an installation program. In the Trojan horse could create a backdoor or replace a valid program during installation. So it will show like I am a valid document, I need to reside here, but it will not be valid, right? It will complete its task, whatever it has been made for. So once one area in which Trojan horse has been cropping up is with social networking. The Banana Trojan began cropping up in Facebook, affecting both Mac OS and Windows based system as well. That was Banana. Banana is one of the example of Trojan horse. See, these all are few extensions, guys. The general allowed extension of the files, mostly it can be .doc, .docs, .pdf, .txt, .xls, .xlsx. If it is into bat format, then it is suspicious. It can be suspicious. It can be virus also. If it is .com file, it can be virus. .exe file can be virus. .hlp file, .pif file, .ascr file. These file can be a virus, malware, or anything. They are using these kind of extensions only. So whenever you are using the system, whenever you are having your resource, you should know the first you should use the trusted platform to download. Second, whenever you are downloading something, you need to check whether one file is running or multiple file is running. If you are running one file, what all are the permissions you are giving? Everything we need to check it, guys, because the matter of security. Generally in companies we used to follow the AUP. So that time we are not taking care of security a lot, because there is a separate department which take care of it, right? But again, in our own system, at least, like, we should be very precise and careful to install any software or tools. Next, we do have rootkits, guys. Rootkits. So it is again a software exploitation program. It is again a software program that have the ability to hide certain things from the operating system. With the rootkit means it will just affect the rootkit. A number of processes may be running on a system that do not show up in the task manager. Our connection is stabilized means it will just disturb your task manager. Rootkit will disturb your task manager. If you are running a virtual machine or Windows based machine, So you can check out the processes under the task manager. What all are the processes are running? It is saying you can right click an empty location in the Windows taskbar, choose the task manager or start task manager. In the task manager will open to application. By default it will show the what the user is running. You can go to the process tab, what all are the processes are running, and you can see if so process from all users checkbox appear beneath this tab. Click it, many of the name of processes appear cryptic. So it is giving you the steps how you will be finding out whether your system is running under a better setting or not. And you can even check into the Linux also. This is the basic setups that has been given here. Next, we do have another threat is keylogger. Keylogger. Again, it is also a piece of software which will record the keystroke. Generally, it is used to get the password of the system. Get the password of the system or password, either it can be of system or application. For getting the password or system's password or any other password, what all are the keystroke? What all are the keystroke? Keys the user is pressing, that key will be stored into the keylogger, right? So in the keylogger software, it will record the keys into a log file and then allows that log file to view, so that password and other sensitive data can be seen by using this. And the log file is even encrypted, so that isn't easily seen or accessed by anyone other than the troublemaker who placed the keylogger on the machine, right? So the person see, this is so innocent way it has been written. Like the log file is often encrypted. Log file is encrypted, so it is not easy to access by anyone other than the troublemaker. The troublemaker can even access the encrypted file because hacker, that they do have the ability to, compromise the multiple things. So keylogger to is store the keystrokes in the log file, right? And then we do have adware, right? And the primary purpose of the malware application is to deliver ads. Then it is classified as a adware. Adware can have the same qualities as spyware, but the primary purpose of adware is to display ads and generate revenue for the creator. That is first thing, because spyware and adware share similarity feature. Windows Defender can be used as a first line of defense for the adware. As we are having, the bot, are you a computer, are you a bot kind of things comes. Then we do have spyware. Spyware will be different from the other malware and on behalf of a third party rather than the self-replicating like virus or worm. Spyware, what is spyware will do? Spyware will spread to machines by user who inadvertently ask for it. You see, it's all about just keeping up the spy on the system, what a person is doing. This person can view the programs, whatever the victim is performing. Victim, what exactly the victim is doing, this person can know. Then we do have bots. Bot, again, software running on infected computer called zombies. Software running on infected computer. If your computer is infected, some software is running there, we can call it zombies. Sometimes we used to call it as a bot or botnet. Bots by themselves are but a form of software that runs automatically and autonomously as well. For example, Google used the Google bot to find web pages and bring back values for the index. Botnet, however, this botnet has come to be the word used to describe malicious software running on a zombie and under the control of bot herder. So bots, guys, generally, botnet or bots we are just doing the flooding. Let's say if you are doing the denial of service or distributed denial of service attacks you want to do, and in that you can launches botnets, as many as botnets you can launch, and it will the load will start reaching to the victim's server, and the victim server will get down, right? Next we do have rat, a remote administration tool, and then logic bomb. Rat basically remote user to access the system for the purpose of administering it, right? And there are so many guys. We do have backdoor. Backdoor you can say have two different meaning, like either you can find out and you can troubleshoot, or a ethical, sorry, attacker and hacker can enter through the backdoor itself. So this is the type of threat, guys. Now it is telling about the attacks, application, various types of application and service attacks, like DDoS attacks. We do have denial of service, man in the middle attack. We do have a buffer. We do have SQL injections. We do have LDAP injection. So basically these thing will start compromising the system, right? But we are not, our intention is not to go through that. Our intention is how to protect from those things. But even though if we will come to know about the things, then only it will be quite easy to protect, right? So I'll bring you back to this document now. Man in the middle means what will happen. Let's say there is one party, there is another party. If A is sending data to B now, so a person will come in the middle as a hacker. We can call man in the middle, man in the middle. Now A will send the data to B. A is sending the data to B, but this person, the man in the middle, will come in the middle, and this will impersonate that he is the B only. What is doing? Attack, in which the attacker intercept the communication. This communication which is happening, it will intercept from the middle between two parties, and impersonate one of the parties. From A it will say I am a B, from B it will say I am a A, right? So what it is affecting? It can affect the confidentiality and integrity of the data or resource. Then we do have phishing type of threat. Phishing type of threat is a technique. By using this technique, the attacker will give you the masquerades as a legitimate person. Means, let's say by using fake account of Facebook, people are asking the money nowadays, by sending an email, by converting them, by getting their credit card information. Or I had experience with the Jet Shadow. It was a phishing technique. So how it was working, Jet Shadow? Let's say you are having some of you might be having idea of Jet Shadow if you might have used. My paint screen is visible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir.
there was a phishing technique by using Z Shadow. So if you go to the Z Shadow website, there you have to register yourself. Once you'll register, you will get the username and password from there. And let's say it will give you the link, phishing link it will give you, phishing link. Now this link you will copy. Now either you need Facebook link or Instagram link or YouTube link, whatever you link you need, you can take it from the Jet Shadow. Now you can take the link and you can take a picture. Let's say some a post you might have seen on the Facebook comes. Check when you will become the millionaire, or what will be the first letter of the girl which you are going to marry, or whatever the first letter of the your life partner to whom you are going to marry. It will be having a picture here, and here it will be having what will be the letter of a first letter of the name of the girl, or your live partner which you want to know. Please click here to check. So if you will click to check, then what it will happen, it will start asking your username and password, and if you keep this username and password, this will go to the jet shadow. That's why we should not check unwantedly, on the social media, like what how much millionaire we are going to be, what will be the first letter of the life partner. All these things are, waste. So these all are a very tiny and very small example of what do we say, phishing technique. I don't think now the jet shadow will be available, because it's been jet shadow uh, hacker1.in. Link shadow has been given, and if we find out, we can get it somewhere. If we find out, we can get it somewhere. Hacker1, see, unwantedly it is verifying and coming. Finally it is asking to sign in. Create a hacker1 account. So what it will do after creating the hacker1 account?
We can hack the companies with their permissions are here. We can earn money. Bug bounty programs are it.
Ah, bounty program. See, this is what it is available nowadays. That's why I'm telling you it is very bad practice, right? And then we do have social engineering, where you know uh, it is again a technique in which attacker uses human interaction to manipulate a person into revealing sensitive information or breaking sensitive procedure to gain the access, like they will breach the confidentiality. So this is about the types of what do we say, threat. This is what the types of threat we have seen, guys. And yeah, moving further, we will be talking about the security strategy. Now, we have discussed more about the problem. We have discussed, till now we were discussing about the risk and problem only. And this is enough, because we are talking about security, not hacking. So now we'll talk about the control. Now we'll talk about the mitigation. Now we'll talk about how to protect our assets, our resource, right? So under the security strategy, the first strategy that we need to follow is what security measures to implement. That comes under security control. When to implement and who will implement. What, when, who. This thing will come here. So when it comes to what security measure is going to implement, this comes under the security control. Security control as it has been given here. When to implement security measure, it is the part of security life cycle. In security life cycle, there will be certain phase. In that phase, you will come to know in which phase what kind of security controls we are giving. And the third one is who is responsible for implementing security measures. So these three, what, when, who. What security measures to implement, when to implement the security measure, and who is responsible for implementing the security measures. This is strategy that we are going to follow. And about this responsibility model, we all know, guys, there is a line in between of these two things. the above things is the customer responsibility, below is the AWS responsibility. We used to call it security in the cloud, which is of the customer responsibility. Security of the cloud responsibility is of AWS. In customer data, IAM, application, operating system, network, firewall, and encryption, this entire responsibility is of customer. And the global distribution of your AWS data centers, either it can be region, availability zone, edge location, will go to AWS, along with the foundational services like compute, storage, database, and networking will go to again AWS. That the responsibility of security only we are talking about. Now when we say what security controls are security measures that we are going to use to protect from threat or vulnerability. So you will be using types of control. Your control will be based on two part. One will be focused towards the protection, and the other one will be focusing towards administration. So you can see here types of security control. It should be preventive, it should be detective, it should be corrective. Preventive means, let's say this is the threat, this is the threat, right? What is the meaning of preventive? If this is the threat, if this is the threat, so preventive means before the threat comes, before before the threat comes, you need to do some preventive measurement, you need to do some prevention so that you can protect your assets, you can protect your assets if you will do some preventive stuff. But what if your prevention will get fail? If your prevention is getting fail, then at least you should detect it, at least you should detect it. So your next strategy or approach should be detective. At least prevention got fail, it's okay, fine. Now at least let's try to detect what type of threat it is, and once you have detected the threat, then you should correct it also. This is the strategy. First of all, prevent. If it is not getting prevented, detect. If you are not able to detect, at least corrective it or correct it. This is the strategy that we are coming to know. Now this strategy you can apply on three different level. One we used to call physical level, technical level, and administrative level. Now how will you understand these entire things? By seeing the picture. So rather than seeing here, we can go back to a table. This table will give you the clear picture. So let's say these three is the control type. One is preventive, one is detective, and the third one is corrective. Now, whether you are applying this control type physically, or you are applying this control type administratively, or else you are applying this control type technically. So let's suppose you are talking about the preventive. So physically, how will you protect your resource? You will the card reader devices to allow access to a building. What you can see here card reader devices. What you can do, you can not give the permission to access the card reader in the building. Card reader means you should avoid bringing up the card reader. So you can physically prevent it. And when we say detective means you can bring some metal detector or something, some security guard who can check the pen drive and other stuff. As on the airport, the metal detector used to detect the weapons. And then corrective. Corrective means physically there should be some generator. Let's say if automatically something has been interrupted, power supply has been gone, at let's suppose, so at least you should have the backup, you should have the generator. Physically it is talking about, physically how you can prevent, detect and correct, right? next we talk about Next we talk about administratively how you can prevent, detect and correct. So you can incorporate some of policies. So in policies, let's suppose the company has issued the ID card to everybody, and if everyone is entering there, so they have to swipe their card and then they need to enter into the building. So there should be one administrative control on it. This is how you can prevent from unwanted people who should not come into the office. Detective means you can control procedures that require a report when system is changed. Alright. If something is changed, then that time it should have the control procedure in the update procedure to everybody. And when it comes to corrective, then you can have business continuity plan, which is known as BCP, business continuity plan, that details how to keep the business running if system is compromised. That time you have to see BCP or DRP also, we used to say data recovery, something DRP, data disaster recovery, D for disaster, R for recovery, P for disaster recovery, P for plan. Business continuity plan, disaster recovery plan, right? So these things we will be seeing in future in the security itself. And when we talk about technically, guys, technically how you will prevent, detect and correct. So technically, some of software will collect the data from the card reader and monitor building access traffic. And detective, how you will detect the malware and all. Technically you can use the antivirus, it will scan. Correctively, you can install antivirus in your system that will easily detect the antivirus. Now we are coming to the acceptable use policy. Acceptable use policy. So guys, till now how much points we have covered, it is clear to everybody? Till now everything is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Because you know it is introduction part only, so I am trying to give you the basic, the fundamental idea of what do you call security. Tell me guys, anyone is having any idea? Sorry, anyone is having any doubt? Anybody? Guys,
No,
in
sir.
till now, shall I
No,
go
sir.
No,
ahead?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now the next one is acceptable use policy. So let's talk about the AUP. In short, we used to call AUP. It is acceptable use policy. So when we talk about acceptable use policy, guys, so what is acceptable use policy? Acceptable table use policy. That we need to understand first. This is really important. There is one activity that need to be performed on the same. So guys, when we talk about the acceptable use policy here, so when we say acceptable use policy, so in the acceptable use policy, we will be having some set of security rules, some set of security rules. The acceptable use policy is some set of security rules, or if I write R it will get wrong, and rules and guidelines, you can say guidelines. Acceptable use policy is some set of security rules, whatever the rules we are keeping it. Let's say you should not bring the pen drive to the office, you cannot bring your personal computer, personal laptop to the office. These kind of security rules we are talking about. So acceptable use policy is some set of security rules and guidelines that defines that defines how employees how employees or some contractor, you can say contractors and users can use an organization's IT resources. It can be your network, it can be your network devices, it can be your email, it can be your internet access, or internet, and some other resource, you can say. So overall this policy will help you to prevent from the security risk, legal issues, and misuse of resource, we can say, right? So acceptable use policy will be some set of security rules and guidelines that will define how employees or users can use an organization's IT resources such as network devices, email, and their internet, or their software or applications, right? These guidelines before joining any companies, whenever you will be applying for your any of the accounts of your company, either it can be your company email or it can be your HRMS portal, so somewhere you have to accept this policy, or you are signing some document whenever you are joining the company. So it means that what all are the policies that has been made of the company, what all are the security rules and guidelines that has been defined, that you have to follow, right? You need not to bring your own laptop, you should not uh, 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 what do you say, steal the info of the company. You should not do your what do you say, personal, you cannot give your extra personal detail on the company stuff. Multiple things are possible. So when you see this, there is one activity that is acceptable use policy. So here you can see there is one instruction that has been given. You can access this PDF file. The next PDF file is the acceptable use policy. There you can review some of security related informations and you can answer these questions. You can answer this question. So what are three types of computing resources that are protected by this policy? What all are two security related violation, and what all are the consequences? This will come, right? We will be seeing that document, and after that we will be writing the answer and I'll tell you where to upload it. Let's come back to the point now. This image, I hope it is visible to everybody. This picture.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
is what you are going to learn into the security. This is your entire security, guys. This is your entire security. So when we say entire security, it means that the security life cycle. Security life cycle. What is life cycle? First of all, life cycle means if something is getting birth, if birth is happening of anything, in birth till death, we used to say life, right? And if one birth, one death, one birth, if this cycle is happening, then we can call it life cycle. That's so simple, guys. So when we say security life cycle, it means that this is not going to end. This is not going to end. It will be keep continuing. So in the security life cycle, there are four phases we do have. These four phase only we are learning here. The first phase is prevention. Prevention means before the threat comes, you need to apply the countermeasures. The border security force, the uh, QRT team, they used to get ready before the war, before the terrorists come. They used to be ready and sit. And once they used to get the message like they have to go, immediately they can go. Specifically this QRT, quick reaction team people in defense generally. So when we say prevention, it means that you have to first prevent yourself. You need to create your own boundary of prevention before somebody has to enter into your network or somebody has to compromise it. There are certain things that has been given, we will check it out. See, this 3 point has been given here. I'll tell you in the prevention itself. First of all, you need to identify the assets. As I have told you in the starting itself, what is security? So you said security is the practice of protecting valuable assets. What assets? Valuable assets. Now you need to identify those valuable assets here only. You are not going to protect all the assets unwantedly, which resource does not need protection. Why should we protect that? Right? If building is there, no one is carrying the building, so why should keep a lock? Why should just use 3 4 poles here? And why should we keep 4 poles and attach these poles with the building unwantedly? Why? Nobody will carry your building. But whatever the resources are there in the building, that needs to be protected. For that, you are keeping door, you are keeping locker, you are keeping so many things to protect it out. So first of all, you need to identify whether which assets are valuable and which assets should be protected, right? So you need to do the identification of assets first of all, and then you will be doing the assets vulnerabilities. Then what you will do, you will analyze the vulnerabilities. Which particular assets are which particular assets are vulnerable, means weak. If some assets are weak, then then you have to take that vulnerability and you have to implement the countermeasures. Countermeasures means solution. It can be antivirus, it can be firewall, it can be IPS, intrusion prevention system, it can be intrusion detection system. Multiple things you can apply into the countermeasure as per your prevention. So once you will be doing this, your resource will be prevented from the first line of the defense. Means your first line of defense will get ready. And if your prevention is getting fail, then you will be coming into the detection. Then you will monitor your securities issues, you will detect your issues, and then after you will respond. And I have told you the response was of 4 type. risk acceptance, risk avoidance, risk transference, risk mitigate. So that time you will be taking any action under the response. And at last you will analyze. You can see respond to issues, restore operations. This you can do into the third phase. And fourth phase is analyzing the issues and updating the policies and procedure of the system. So this is the end of this document. This is the guys security life cycle means we are just talking. Sorry, it this I cannot annotate it. It seems I cannot write anything here on this. There is no other option here. We can annotate in the zoom, right? It is coming just under the zoom. So I can annotate on zoom, guys. So it's not a big deal for me now. Perfect. So here, as you can see, guys, in the security life cycle, as we have seen, uh, it's from birth to death, along with multiple birth to death. That life cycle we are talking about, and under that we are just using the prevention. Prevention is the strategy or technique, you can say it is a technique or a strategy, or it is a phase of security life cycle in which we ensure we ensure the protection of resource before the threat come. So we ensure that the protection is up to the mark before the threat come. Means what all are the prevention strategies that we can follow here we can follow here to protect our assets, and we can protect by using prevention, guys. So this is the agenda here, the importance of prevention in security life cycle, what is security prevention task, and what is the layered security model of prevention strategy, and what all are the types of different types of prevention measures that we do have here. We will be discussing about these things into the session. So I'll just give you the introduction of prevention, and after that we will continue from Monday. So when we say introduction to prevention, guys, so as you can see, prevention stops threat before they happen. Before they happen, this prevention will stop them, stop the threats. And prevention is the first phase of security life cycle. That's why we used to say prevention is the first line of defense. Flawed. First line of defense is prevention. During this phase, you have the opportunity to take proactive actions to defend against threats. You will take some proactive actions to protect your threats, right? To protect your threats. So what all are the major tasks that we are doing into the prevention is, first of all, we will identify the assets which should be protected, and then you need to just find out the weaknesses, you need to access the vulnerability, you have to analyze, and after that you will apply the countermeasures. These all are the prevention tasks that we have to do for working proactively to protect the resource under the prevention. This is what we will be seeing today, and from tomorrow on, means from Monday onwards, we'll continue this theoretical little bit more, and after that we will be moving up to the practical, guys. Okay, is it clear to everybody?